Everyone, I am Professor Abhinandan Bandekar from Department of Civil Engineering working at Girija Soil Institute of Technology. I hope you all are doing fine and I wish all the best for your future. So I'm here to introduce about the resource person of today's webinar. He is none other than Professor Vaibhav Shirodkar. He completed his diploma in civil engineering from Government Polytechnic College, Karwar. He completed his BE in civil engineering from Gokte Institute of Technology, Belgaum, and also he completed his masters in construction technology from Visvesvaraya Technological University, Belgaum. He worked as a guest faculty in Government Polytechnic College, Karwar from 2010 to 2011. He also worked as a assistant professor in Advas Institute of Technology, Mangalore from 2011 to 2014. And from 2014 till date, he is working as an assistant professor in Girija Soil Institute of Technology. So totally he has 10 years experience in teaching and 2 years experience in industries. Conducted and organized various technical events in different fields of civil engineering for all the students to eliminate the gap between the industry and the academics. He has published and presented various research papers. He is working as the head in GSIT for Industry Institute Interaction Cell. He has also set the various question papers for VTU as well as for Nitte University. He was awarded as the best teacher by Institute of Scholars, Bangalore in 2019. He received the Best Paper Award from International Association of Research and Developed Organization, Ghaziabad, India. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to introduce the resource person. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Abhinandan Bandekar. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's session. First of all, I would like to thank GSIT management and principal who gave me the opportunity to share my views on this webinar. The topic which I chosen for this webinar is utilization of polyester fiber for improved properties of concrete. So let us start. This is outline of my presentation. The first one is brief introduction of FRC, that is fiber reinforcement concrete. Next is what are the objectives of my study. Next is materials. What are the materials which is used in this study. Next is methods of investigation. So what are the methods, what are the tests which is conducted in this investigation. Next, result and discussion, very important one. And finally, conclusion.
Nowadays, there is a growing awareness of the advantages of fiber reinforcement technique of construction all over the world. In the recent times, there is a growing interest on the use of various types of fibers in structural application due to their lightweight, low cost and sustainability. The effects of fiber on the behavior of plastic and hardened concrete varies, depends on the concrete materials, mix proportion, fiber type, length, quantity of fibers added into the concrete. So these are the factors has be considered. As all we know that concrete is weak in tension and strong in compression. Even though reinforcement is provided in tension zone, micro cracks are developed in tension and compression zone. Generally, concrete made from Portland cement is relatively strong in compression but weak in tension and tends to be a brittle. The weakness in tension can be overcome by the use of conventional steel bars reinforcement and to some extent by mixing sufficient volume of certain fibers, which helps improving its toughness. Generally, plain concrete gives a very low tensile strength, a limited ductility and little resistant to cracking. So we have to do the attempt have to be made to improve the tensile properties of concrete and also to improve the ductility, the quality, the performance, the structures during their entire lifetime.
The next one is properties of constituent materials. You can see that flow chart. If you want to prepare a fiber reinforced concrete, generally two types of materials are required. One is matrix, second one is fibers. So what is matrix? We know that concrete is a composite material. So if you want to prepare a concrete, a different types of aggregates are required. So matrix are further categorized. One is cement, second one is aggregate, third one is admixture. The first one is cement. All type of cement can be conveniently used in fiber reinforced concrete. Second one is aggregates. The aggregates which are suitable for conventional concrete are also suitable for FRC. The aggregates are further divided into two types. Generally we know that all. One is fine aggregate and second one is coarse aggregate. Fine aggregate is needed for both fiber reinforced concrete FRC as well as fiber reinforced mortar preparation. Coarse aggregate, the coarse aggregate which are suitable for normal concrete, which are also suitable for the FRC concrete. If you use a large size of coarse aggregate in concrete, then concrete becomes non-homogeneous concrete. Therefore, the ACI committee, American Concrete Institute committee, restricted maximum size of coarse aggregate is 19 mm.
Third one is admixtures. The most widely using admixtures in fiber reinforcement concrete are: one, fly ash, second one is silica fume. Because fly ash which improve the workability of fresh concrete, it reduces the heat of hydration, it improves the economy and improve the permeability characteristics, whereas silica fumes, it is used mainly because of it has water reducing capacity and it gives high strength to the concrete. Other end, fibers. There are different type of fibers which is used in fiber reinforcement concrete, mainly steel fibers, glass fibers, carbon fibers, polypropylene fibers, natural, organic, synthetic fibers are used in this fiber reinforcement concrete.
Next, the question will arise, why fiber? See, it improves the properties like ductility, flexural strength, toughness, impact resistance and fatigue strength. There is a little improvement in compressive strength. The types, the amount of improvement, it depends upon the fiber type, the size, the strength configuration and the amount of fibers are used in concrete. Fibers are usually used in concrete to control the cracking due to plastic shrinkage and drying shrinkage, that is to eliminate the small micro cracks. It also reduces the permeability of concrete and due to that reduces the bleeding of water. Bleeding of water is nothing but is a form of segregation where the water will comes from the concrete surface due to the lower specific gravity among all the ingredients of concrete. It causes the formation of porous, weak and non-durable concrete.
Next,
History. The concept of using fibers as a reinforcement is not new. Fiber have been used as a reinforcement since ancient times. In the early age, straw and mortar were used for producing mud bricks, and horsehair was used for the reinforcement. In the early 1900s, the asbestos fibers were used in concrete. Later, the use of asbestos in concrete reinforcement was discouraged due to their detection of health risks. Active research is still in progress on this important technology. Next, FRC, fiber reinforced concrete. Concrete containing with hydraulic cement, fine or coarse aggregate, and discontinuous discrete fibers are known as fiber reinforced concrete. FRC is concrete containing fibrous materials which increases its structural integrity. It contains short discrete fibers that are uniformly distributed and randomly orientated. It enhances flexural and tensile strength of the concrete. It is a composite obtained by adding a single type or blend of fibers to the conventional concrete. There are different types of fibers are used in industries: steel fibers, glass fibers, synthetic fibers, and natural fibers. Each of these fibers gives varying properties to the concrete. Next, types of fibers. Fibers are basically classified as four types. 1. Steel fiber. 2. Glass fiber. 3. Synthetic fibers. And 4th, natural fibers. Next, first one is steel fiber. You can see in this picture, these are the steel fibers. Steel fiber are most commonly used because cheap and easy to use. Steel fibers are nothing but a thin steel wires mixed with cement. These wires diameter varies from 0.25 mm to 0.75 mm. These steel wires, which gives high strength, improve the impact, abrasion resistance. Such type of concrete which is used for airfield pavements, bridge decks, thin shells and plates, industrial flooring, canal lining, construction work. Second one is glass fibers. You can see in this picture. These are the glass fibers. Glass fibers are made from extremely fine fiber of glasses. They are light in weight, extremely strong, and it is a robust material. Generally, 25 mm length glass fibers are used in concrete. It gives high tensile strength, which varies from 1020 to 4080 Newton per mm square, improves the impact strength, and increases the flexural and ductility. Such glass fiber concrete which is used for floor formwork, swimming pools, dust and roof, wall paneling, etc. Third one is synthetic fiber. There are four pictures you can see. First picture, polypropylene fiber. Second one is polyester fiber. Third one is nylon fiber. Fourth one is acrylic fiber. So these all are synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are nothing but it is an artificial fiber which is a man-made material that can be withstand a long-term alkaline environment of concrete. They are made from synthesized polymers or small molecules obtained from petrochemicals and textile industries. It gives high chemical resistance, high melting point, low modulus of elasticity, and it can be used in candling panels and shotcrete. Fourth, natural fibers. You can see in these pictures, these are the few examples for natural fibers: coconut fibers, bamboo fibers, jute fibers. They are obtained of low cost and low level of energy using local manpower and technology. Natural fibers are cheaply available and suitable for alternatively to the metallic and synthetic fibers used as a building materials. It gives low models of elasticity and high impact strength. Nature fibers are used in low cost concrete structures, especially tropical earthquake regions. Next, the various factors which affecting the properties of FRC are: one is the relative fiber matrix stiffness, volume of fibers, aspect ratio of the fibers, orientation of fibers, workability and compaction of concrete, size of coarse aggregate, and mixing. The first one is a relative fiber matrix stiffness. See, low models of fiber such as nylon and polypropylene, which give strength improvement, but they are help in the absorption of large energy and therefore impact greater degree of toughness and resistant to impact. High modulus of fibers such as steel, glass, carbon, impact strength and stiffness to the composite. Second one, volume of fibers. See, the volume of fibers, which is mainly depends upon the quantities of fibers are used. Increase in volume of fibers generally increases approximately linearly the tensile strength and toughness of concrete. Use of high percentage of fibers, which is likely to cause segregation and hardness of concrete as well as mortar. Third one is aspect ratio of the fibers. See, uh, another important factor which is affects the properties as well as behavior of composites is aspect ratio of the fiber. It has been reported that up to aspect ratio 75 increase in the aspect ratio definitely increase ultimate strength of concrete, but it is linearly. Beyond 75, the relative strength as well as toughness definitely it will reduces. Fourth one is orientation of fibers. In fiber reinforcement concrete, fibers are randomly orientated. It has been found that if fibers are aligned parallel the direction of applied load, which offers more tensile strength and toughness compared to randomly orientated or perpendicular fibers. Fifth one is workability and compaction of concrete. If you use additional of steel fibers in concrete, definitely workability will be decreases. The poor workability which will adversely affects on compaction rate. If you want to improve the workability, you have to increase water cement ratio, or as you have to use water reducing admixtures. Sixth one, size of coarse aggregate. After several investigations, it is recommended that the maximum size of coarse aggregate should be restricted to 10 mm to avoid the reduction of strength in the concrete. Last one is mixing. See, fiber should be mixing in concrete should be thoroughly to avoid the balling of fibers and segregation. Mixing of fibers becomes more difficult when aspect ratio is more and volume of fiber also more. Next, advantages of FRC. Some of the advantages of fiber reinforcement concretes are: it performs well under heavy service load. Means the joint edges of FRC members do not swell and chip away easily under heavy service load. FRC product gives more resistance to impact. Depending upon additional amount of fiber, it gives higher fractural strength. Fibers are made into sheets or irregular shapes. It controls the plastic shrinkage, cracking and dry shrinkage cracking. It also improves the post-cracking behavior of concrete. Next, disadvantages of FRC. It has few disadvantages, like it reduces the more workability of concrete, high cost of materials in terms of steel fibers. Generally, steel fibers are being more costlier at present scenario, so FRC become very expensive compared to RCC in terms of only the material. The balling effect of fibers, which makes FRCs very undesirable. The main drawback of FRC is fabrication process. Next one is applications of FRC. Nowadays, many construction project works, they are using FRC. There are several applications of FRC. One is runway, taxiway and airfield pavement. You can see that picture, a beautiful runway which is constructed by using FRC concrete. Generally, 150 mm thick crimped and FRC slab used for the phallic paved aircraft parking areas. Recently, the Chicago and St. Louis Lobert airport is constructed by using the combination of steel fibers and polymesh fibers. Next, second one is tunnel lining and slope stabilization. You can see in that picture, the person is doing tunnel lining by using SFRS. SFRS nothing but steel fiber reinforced shotcrete. Generally, it is used for the tunnel lining, especially in the underground openings and slope stabilization. So it eliminates the requirement of mesh reinforcement and the scaffolding. Next one is thin shell pipes and manholes. You can see in that picture some pipes are there, some wall panels are there. See, generally the fibrous concrete permits the use of the thinner flat and curved structural elements. Steel fibers shotcretes is used in construction of these hemispherical domes, and GFRC, that is glass fiber reinforced concrete, it is made up of spray up process, so being used to construction of the wall panels generally. And additional of steel and glass fibers are used in construction of concrete pipes and manholes, so it improves the strength and reduces the thickness. The next one is dams and hydraulic structures. You can see a beautiful picture of marine and hydraulic structure. Generally, the FRC is used for the construction as well as repair work of the hydraulic structures, the dams, the hydraulic structures like the wall platforms, the lock structures, the stormwater structures, the ditches, So it provides resistance to cavitations services, that is erosion caused by the impact and large water forces. Next one is other applications. Other applications which includes lighting poles, water and wall tanks, concrete repairs, fabrication of precast products like boards, beams, staircases, etc. Next one is some of the examples in India where FRC concrete is used. This is one of the beautiful example. Recently a road is constructed, this one. A road overlay for a project at Mathura, that is in Uttar Pradesh. In this project, more than 400 tons of steel fibers are used. You can see in this picture, this is a beautiful bridge constructed at Ahmedabad in Gujarat state. The FRC is successfully used at the and encourage zones of precast concrete girders for resisting, bursting and spalling force in bridge. Next one is Uri Dam. You can see in this picture a beautiful dam which is constructed by using FRC. Uri Dam constructed across Jhelum River, which is in Baramulla district of the Jammu and Kashmir. It is located very near the line of control, de facto border between India and Pakistan. This project inaugurated in the year of 2014, which generated 240 megawatts hydroelectric power. Next one is Tehri Dam, which is constructed across Bhagirathi River in Uttarakhand. A beautiful dam which is constructed by using FRC concrete. The length of the concrete is 575 meter and height is about 260 meter. This dam is used for multi-purpose like irrigation, municipal water supply, hydroelectric power generation. The next one is Natapa Jakri power plant, which is at Himachal Pradesh. This project was completed in the year of 2004. For the power generation purpose, they are using the Francis turbine in this plant. Next one is Mumbai to Pune Expressway. You can see in that picture. The Mumbai-Pune Expressway has a 4-lane wide tunnel at 5 locations with total length of 6,000 meter, constructed by Maharashtra State Road Development Corporation. So this is the experimental investigation what we conducted in our GSIT laboratory. So that is experimental investigation on utilization of polyester fiber for improved properties of concrete. So in this investigation we carried out to determine the spill tensile strength and also the resistance to cracking by determining the flexural strength of plain concrete and polyester fiber reinforced concrete by using Recron 3S, a polyester fiber by Reliance. The aim of this study was to increase the tensile strength and the flexural strength of concrete, which is generally weak in tension and only strong in compression, and to increase ductility of concrete under tensile stresses. So in this investigation we used OPC 43 grade cement for all experiment works, and all the necessary tests on cement and aggregates were conducted. We use various percentage of fiber 0.2, 0.4, 0.6 by weight of cement were tested for compressive strength, spill tensile strength and flexural strength. and after that these mixes were compared with the nominal mix with a 0% of fiber. A comparative analysis was carried out so as to obtain the percentage increase or decrease in strength due to the addition of fiber for all the above tests.
Objectives of study: compare the crushing strength of plain cement concrete with fiber reinforced concrete. To evaluate flexural strength of plain cement concrete and fiber reinforced concrete. To evaluate split tensile strength of plain cement concrete with fiber reinforced concrete.
The next one is materials. In that, first one is cement. In our experiment, we used 43 grade ordinary Portland cement JK brand conforming to IS 8112 1989, and we tested cement in our lab. See, you can see in the picture, table 1 shows physical properties of cement. So there are various tests we conducted in our lab and we found various test results. You can see in the table 1. Second one is fine aggregate. We used locally available river sand for this experimentation purpose, which is conformed to zone 2 as per IS 383 1970, and you can see in the picture the table 2 shows the properties of fine aggregate river sand. So various tests were conducted for fine aggregate, that is sand, in our lab, and we found these are the test result values. Third one is coarse aggregate. The coarse aggregates which is used in this experimentation purpose, 20 and 10 mm size of aggregates are used conforming to IS 383 1970, and you can see the in picture table 3 shows the properties of coarse aggregate. So various tests which is conducted for coarse aggregate in our lab, and we found these are the test results. The next one is fourth one, polyester fiber. So we used Ricron 3S fiber for this study, which is 12 mm long triangular monofilament polyester fiber, which is used manufactured by Reliance Technology Center, Mumbai. You can see table 4 shows properties of Ricron as per supplier. So these are the test and these are the test values. Next one is water. Water which is used for this study, which is clean, free from oil, salts, acids, generally potable water available in the laboratory, which is used to satisfy the requirement as per IS 456-2000. Mix proportion: M20 grade of concrete with mix proportion 1:1.5:3 with water cement ratio 0.45, which is used in this experiment. The fiber quantity in concrete was varied in percentage like 0%, 0.2%, 0.4%, 0.6% by weight of cement. You can see in this slide there are two type of picture. One is mixing of concrete and second one is curing of specimen. So this is the specimen preparation and curing process. So first of all, specimens of fiber reinforced concrete and conventional concrete were prepared separately. Mixing was done in a laboratory by using the pan mixer, while preparation of concrete specimens, aggregates, cements, and fibers were mixed in this revolving pan mixer. After proper mixing, added the required quantity of water, and the mixing was continued until the uniform mix was obtained. So thoroughly the mixed concrete is filled in the mold in the three layers of equal heights uh, by the uh, by the damping process. So there are three type of specimen what we use for three different tests. One is compressive strength test. We use 15 by 15 by 15 cm a cube a mold specimen, and whereas we use for flexural we use flexural beam 10 centimeter by 10 centimeter by 15 centimeter the specimen size, and for the tensile we use 15 centimeter the dia and 30 centimeter length cylindrical specimen what we use. So after casting, the mold specimen were stored in the laboratory at room temperature for 24 hours, and after that the specimen were removed from the mold immediately, submerged in clean and fresh water for a curing period of 7, 14 and 20 days.
Next one is workability of fresh concrete. In that, first one is slump test. Slump test is conducted as per IS 1199/1959, and slump values with respect to different percentage of recurrent fibers are noted down. Next one is compaction factor test. The compaction factor test is conducted as per IS 1199/1959, and compaction factor values with respect to percentage of recurrent fibers are noted down. Next one is third one, VB consistometer test. VB consistometer test, which is performed as per the IS 1199/1959. The VB consistometer values with respect to different percentage of recurrent fibers were noted down. Next one is strength study on hardened concrete. In that, first one is compressive strength of concrete. In this test, the compressive strength specimen whose size 150 mm by 150 mm by 150 mm were casted and tested on compressive testing machine whose capacity 2000 kilonewton as per IS 516/1959. Compressive strength F equals to L divided by A, where F equals to compressive strength of the specimen in Newton per mm square, L equals to load in Newton, A equals to cross sectional area in Newton per mm square. The next one is flexural strength of concrete. In this test, flexural strength beam of size 100 mm by 100 mm by 500 mm were casted and tested under 2-point loading conditions of span of 400 mm as per IS 516/1959. Flexure strength of concrete FB equals to PL divided by BD square, where FB equals to flexural strength of concrete in Newton per mm square, P equals to failure load in Newton, D equals to depth of beam, that is 100 mm, L equals to effective span of beam, that is 400 mm, small b equals to breadth of the beam, that is 100 mm.
Next one is third, split tensile strength of concrete. In this test, tensile test specimen cylindrical whose Diameter is 150 mm and length is 300 mm. Were casted and tested in compressive testing machine whose capacity 2000 kilonewton as per IS 5816 1999. Spilled tensile strength of concrete F equals to 2P divided by D into L, where F equals to tensile strength of concrete in Newton per mm square, P equals to load of failure in Newton, D equals to diameter of cylindrical specimen, that is 150 mm, L equals to length of the cylindrical specimen 300 mm.
Result and discussion. You can see in this slide the table as well as the graph. The graph shows slum for M20 grade of concrete, which shows percentage of Recron 3S fiber with respect to the slum in mm. The first one is 0%, that is a normal concrete without adding any fiber reinforcement. The slum value is 44 mm, which is maximum one in this graph. When second one is 0.2%, when the Recron fiber is added, the workability is the slum, the value is 39 mm, and the 0.4% the fiber Recron which is added, the slum value is 33%, and whereas the final one 0.6% of fiber Recron fiber is added, the slum value is 26%. Here it is very lesser one compared to all previous three values. So again come down. So slum study is conducted without adding any admixtures. It can be observed that the percentage of Recron 3S fiber increases in mix slum value decreases. Hence it can be concluded that the increase in the fiber content workability decreases. Workability in terms of compaction factor test. You can see the graph. Compaction factor for M20 grade of concrete. The graph shows percentage of Recron 3S fibers with respect to compaction factor. The 0%, that is normal concrete without adding admixture. The compaction factor value is 0.85. Next, 0.2% fiber reinforcement when the compaction factor value is 0.84. 0.4% of fiber content, the compaction factor value is 0.82, and finally 0.6% of fiber is added when the compaction factor value is 0.81. The workability of concrete measured from the compaction factor test. As the percentage of Recron 3S fiber increases in the mix, the compaction factor decreases. Hence, it can be concluded that with the increase in the fiber content, workability decreases. Workability in terms of VB time. You can see the graph. VB time for M20 grade of concrete in terms of seconds. The graph percentage of Recron 3S fiber with respect to the VB times in seconds. You can see first one is 0%, that is the normal concrete, where the VB time in seconds is 11.08 seconds, whereas next one is 0.2% of fiber added, the VB time in seconds 12.3, 0.4% of fiber is added, the VB time 16.1 seconds, and 0.6 Recron 3 fibers added when the VB time 23 seconds. So hence it is concluded that the workability of concrete is measured from VB consistometer. As the percentage of Recron 3S fiber increases, VB time increases to the workability decreases. Compressive strength for 7, 14 and 20 days. You can see the table as well as the graph. Comparison of compressive strength for 7, 14 and 20 days. You can see
there are three different colors. First one is 7 days, the values which shows in blue color, 14 days which is in orange color, and 20 days strength which shows in gray color. The first one is 0% fiber, means normal concrete without adding any admixture. So 28 days strength is 21.11 Newton per mm square. 0.2% fiber is added when the compressive strength is 23.78 Newton per mm square. For 0.4% fiber is added, the compressive strength is 25.77 Newton per mm square, and whereas 0.6% of fiber is added to the concrete, the compressive strength which shows 24.22 Newton per mm square. So it comes down the values. The 0.4 is maximum, whereas it's gradually it is increases. 0.4% fiber is added, it is maximum one. Again it is come down the graph. So from the graph it can be observed that with the increase in the percentage of fiber, the compressive strength has increased over the plain concrete. For M20 grade, the compressive strength has increased for proportion of fiber 0%, 0.2%, 0.4% and 0.6%. In the range 0%, 12.23%, 22.07%, 18.78% respectively. The fiber, the compressive strength has increased, hence the fiber can be taken as optimum content at 0.4% addition of fiber. Next one is flexural strength for 7, 14 and 20 days. You can see in this slide, you can see the table as well as the graph comparison of flexural strength for 7, 14 and 20 days. You can see there is a three color. Blue color, it is the values which shows in 7 days values, whereas the orange color which shows 14 days the strength values, and 20 days which shows in gray color. So the first one is here is normal concrete, that is without adding any admixture, that is normal mix 0% fiber content. So the flexural strength is for 20 days, it is 8.63 Newton per mm square, and when the recron fiber is added 0.2%, the flexural strength is 9.61 Newton per mm square. For 0.4% of fiber is added when the flexural strength is 10.98 Newton per mm square, and whereas 0.6% of fiber is added when the flexural strength is 8.63%. Again it is come down, so gradually it increases at 0.4% fiber is added, which gives maximum one strength flexural, that is 10.98 Newton per mm square. So that again it is come down. So from the graph it can be observed that with the increase in the percentage of fiber, the flexural strength have been increased over the plain concrete. M20 grade, the flexural strength has increased 0%, 0.2%, 0.4% and 0.6% in the range of 0%, 13.16%, 26.07%, 18.96% fiber, the flexural strength has increased respectively. Spilled tensile strength for 7, 14 and 20 days. You can see in this slide, you can see the table as well as the graph comparison of spilled tensile strength for 7, 14 and 20 days. You can see that there is a three different color. One is blue color, which shows in 7 days the spilled tensile strength. The second one is the 14 days strength, which shows that the orange color, and the last one is the 20 days strength, which shows the gray color, the graph. So here the first one is 0%, that is a normal mix without adding any admixtures. So for 20 days for 0% of fiber when it is added,
So for normal mix, the strength is 2.20 Newton per mm square. When the Recron fiber is added 0.2% to the concrete, the split tensile strength is 2.475 Newton per mm square. When the 0.4 Recron fiber is added to the concrete, the strength is 2.820 Newton per mm square. That is maximum one. And the finally 0.6% of Recron fiber is added. The strength is 2.686 Newton per mm square. So it comes down. So it gradually increases from nominal mix to the fiber reinforcement concrete mix. So maximum at 0.4% percentage fiber Recron fiber is added, and again come it down. So from the graph it can be observed that with the increase in the percentage of the fiber, the split tensile strength has increases over the plain concrete. M20 grade, the split tensile strength has increases 0%, 0.2%, 0.4% and 0.6%. In the range of 0%, 18.9%, 33.02%, 28.02% fiber concrete split tensile strength has increased respectively. Conclusion. Results were analyzed to derive useful conclusion regarding the strength characteristics of fiber reinforced concrete for M20 concrete has been used as a reference mix. The following conclusions were be drawn from the study on strength characteristics of fibers reinforced concrete properties.
The workability of concrete measured from slump cone test as the percentage of Recron 3S fiber increases in mixed slump value decreases. Hence, it can be concluded that with the increase in the fiber content, workability decreases. To evaluate flexural strength of plain cement concrete and fiber reinforced concrete. The workability of concrete measured from compaction factor test as the percentage of Recron 3S fiber increases in mix, the compaction factor decreases. Hence, it can be concluded that with the increase in the fiber content, workability decreases. The maximum compressive strength is obtained when the percentage of fiber added is 0.4%, the maximum compressive strength being 25.77 Newton per mm square. To evaluate flexural strength of plain cement concrete and fiber reinforced concrete. The maximum flexural strength is obtained when the percentage of fiber is added 0.4%, the maximum flexural strength being 10.98 Newton per mm square. The maximum split tensile strength is obtained when the percentage of fiber added is 0.4%. The maximum split tensile strength being 2.82 Newton per mm square. To evaluate flexural strength of plain cement concrete and fiber reinforced concrete. It is found that the compressive strength, flexural strength and split tensile strength is the highest at 0.4%. Addition of fibers and reduces when percentage of fiber added exceed beyond 0.4%. To evaluate split tensile strength of plain cement concrete with fiber reinforced concrete. At 0.4% addition of fibers, the compressive strength is being found to be increased 22.07% since the 28 days split tensile strength is found to be increased by 33.02%. These fibers can be used as a secondary replacement with the steel. These fibers, when used as a secondary reinforcement, can be lead to considerably cost savings at higher percentage of addition of fibers due to less bonding of the fibers with the concrete mix results in lower strengths.
These are the GSIT students. They have done fabulous work in this investigation, so I very much thank you for them also.
So I thank all the participants for attending this webinar in patience. Further, if you have any queries, type into the comment box, or else please feel free to mail me. You can see my email on the slide, that is vaibhav353@gmail.com.